50, 45, there goes Davis. Oh my God! Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow! Oh my God! Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Whoa, welcome in everyone to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 338. Today is November 26, 2023. As always, I'm your host, D-Rock, and joining me, our NBA guru, my partner in crime, Elvis Acosta. E, how you doing today, kid?
Dill, we feeling good, living better. That's how we do it today, Dill.
Yes,
One of
sir.
our best weeks thus far as a unit, Dill. I'm just happy that we did what we did today. Let's talk about it.
Yes, sir. We had a really good, usually, it's either one of us had a really good week or both of us have a shit week, but, we'll talk about it. We both had a really good week. We were just seeing the board really well. We'll recap all of our plays, 1 o'clock and the 4 o'clock slate. For as bad of a card or slate that I thought it was, there was actually pretty interesting games and close games all throughout the day, which I was kind of happy about. We also have Monday Night Football in Minnesota, Bears taking on the Vikings, and then short slate in the association, only 5 games tomorrow and only 22 college games as well. But we'll talk about that a little later on. Elvis, I want to start. Let's start with your New England Patriots, kid. Let's get that out of the way. You guys lose to Tommy DeVito. I mean, it's tough, kid. I guess 10-7 game goes way under. Matt gets benched again. Bailey Zappi didn't really play much better either, if I'm being honest. Both of them didn't play well. Miss a field goal to end the game to tie it. Ramondre Stevenson, I thought he was the only one really doing anything on the ground. Zeke had a couple nice carries, but I mean, 2-9. Right now, you guys are in poised possession of the 2nd overall pick in next year's draft. Are we going quarterback, kid?
Dill, we definitely going quarterback, Dill. Well, I witnessed these past few weeks. It's just
You've never seen this in your life.
Dill, I never seen this, not just as a
Welcome
Patriots
to the
fan,
club.
but the Jets wasn't never this bad, cuz.
I know. At least we won like 5-6 games.
Yeah, like y'all were bad. Y'all always win at least 4 to 6 games.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson was the 3rd overall pick.
Yeah,
Mark Sanchez was what? The 6th overall pick. Sauce Gardner, 5th overall pick. So that's what I could remember, Dale. So y'all was never as bad to be the 2nd overall, So, and then Dale, we definitely gotta go quarterback, Dale. To be honest, what I've been seeing recently is just I've been trying to be quick and simple. It's just flat out embarrassing, Dale. We're the first team in NFL history to allow 10 or fewer points in back-to-back games and lose both.
It's not the defense. We've been saying
the
this.
Defense is think about it. No Matthew Judon, no Christian Gonzalez, and we're allowing less than 10 points a game. It's not the defense's fault. Bill can still coach defense, but he has to get blamed for allowing it to get this far gone. The offense is in shambles because of his doing. It's not what he done, it's what he didn't do. He should have took a firm sooner he made the decision to move on from Brady. All right, this is the plan. The 5, how I'd be like, oh, what's your 5-year plan? Bill, your 5-year plan was shit. It was Cam. I'd rather have Cam right now.
I'm back.
Cam would put up more than 7 to 10 points in these past. Cam would have won these 2 games these past 2 weeks.
I agree.
That's all we're saying. So, as a Patriots fan, I'm frustrated. I got to take it to a chin. If not, I'm a spoiled brat. So, it is what it is, Dale. You got to take it to the chin. It's just frustrating to see the bad quarterback play.
Especially since you've seen the GOAT your whole life.
Exactly. That's like, Dale, like that 2nd interception Mac Jones threw.
Oh, that was the worst one.
Oh my God, it makes me want to break the TV, So, I just try to relax.
Are you on to basketball season at this point?
Look, I'm thankful. Look, you see Brady right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful. for the good times. And that's what you got to remember. There's the good times. And maybe their good times is coming up, Dill. Like you said, right now we're sitting at number 2. We're sitting at number 2. If Caleb could come to New England.
But who's he throwing it to?
If Carolina could win 2 more games, we'll be in business. But Dill, to be honest, it don't matter who he's throwing to. It's the future.
There are reports, too, that Ohio State lost this weekend, again, 3 years in a row. There are reports now that Marvin Harris Jr. might actually come back to college because he hasn't played in one Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis where his father played, and he never beat the team up north. So
yeah, he never did.
So he might be coming back. There's our rumors, but leaving all that money on the table is.
He has an NIL deal. He's still getting
that is true. That's a good point.
$2 to $3 million anyway. What's a year being pushing back a year gonna do?
And 2 wins in a row now for Tommy DeVito. They're 4-8. I mean, he didn't blow you out, but I thought he took care of the ball. 17 for 25, 191 yards. He threw that touchdown to, I think it was Hodgins earlier in the game. But other than Jalen Hyatt, who just broke loose every time he got the ball, I thought you guys played a pretty good game. It's just offensively, man, it's painful to watch. I thought the Jets were bad. I mean, me and you are like neck and neck right now, like begging to score points. But thoughts on Tommy DeVito? 2 in a row now.
Just respect.
Did you see his father?
Yeah,
it was perfect.
It was 200 family members.
Deep Italian.
Deep. They came from Sicily. No, I'm not sure about
Cedar Grove.
Yeah, Cedar Grove. It's a nice area. All seriousness, though, it just shows that the Giants, they have hope. They have confidence. They get Brian Daboll goes in the meeting room, Dill, and instills that we're gonna win this game. So I just gotta tip my hat off. Brian Daboll outcoached Bill Belichick. We both fight. You know how this was the saying? Well, we brought a knife to a gunfight. Yeah. We both had a knife, Dill. We both had a knife, and Daboll was able to beat Belichick with it. We both had a knife, Dill. So right now, I think Brian Daboll might just be the better coach.
Now, you bring about coaching, which it's the greatest head coach of all time. It's the greatest coach of all time. I don't think he's gone, but offensively, like I said, Bill O'Brien.
The defense is there, but Dill, that's my thing. Who's the New England Patriots general manager? It's Bill Belichick. Yeah. He's the one who hired Matt Patricia to be the OC last year. It was him.
Yeah.
Say what you want. I thought Bill O'Brien was a good hire, but if we're gonna fault somebody, guess what? If we're gonna fault Bill O'Brien, guess what? We got to fault Bill for hiring Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, I like Bill the coach. I don't like Bill the GM.
Exactly. I love Bill the DC/coach.
Yeah.
But he needs a Josh McDaniels. He needs someone young who's gonna, listen and abide by his rules, but also gonna step outside of the box.
Mm-hmm.
And with Bill O'Brien, Matt Patricia, and those guys that he has around, they're not gonna step outside of that box.
But man, credit Giants, big win at home. That's 2 in a row now for the young quarterback. Who would have thought? 2 in a row now for the kid. We'll continue along. Falcons, they get the win at home, 24-15. They bring back my boy Desmond Ridder. Didn't light it up. Those two. Oh, one of the picks was okay. The other one was just god awful in the red zone. You can't do that. Bijan Robinson, what a fucking day he had running the ball, catching the ball. Drake London had a game as well. They were able to get the win. Defense, Jesse Bates. Whoo! He is the difference maker on that defense. Kamara had a pretty good game as well. Chris Olave was going crazy until he got the concussion. But yeah, Derek Carr, 24 for 38, those for 300 yards. It's like I was saying a few weeks back, this Saints team is just so annoying. They drive the length of the field so many times, and then they stall out so many times. So I can't trust it. Like I was telling you before we went live, I hate watching Derek Carr play, man. I'm done with him. But yeah, Falcons get the big win at home.
Yeah, I think it was a great win. You give credit to Jesse Bates. He's the one that basically, got the win. Pick six started off. The Saints was driving the ball first couple possessions, Phil, but Jesse Bates turned that right around with the pick six. Like you said, Brian Robinson, two touchdowns, one rushing, one nice ball, to be honest, from Desmond Ridder through the air. I think it had a great touch on it. Drake London had himself a pretty good day. So to be honest, I was shocked the fact that they did enough to win the game, though. To be honest, so give credit to Atlanta. They're sitting top of the division, and I agree with you, though. Derek Carr, the loss was on him. I understand Taysom Hill had that horrible fumble recovered by J.C. Bates as well, but down the stretch, it's just too many turnovers all the time. We've seen it throughout the season. When it's time to get points on the board, he either turns the ball over or comes up short.
He
Saints,
fumbled late too. Did you
yeah,
see not taking care of the ball? So it's a
exactly.
multitude of things.
You can't win the game when you have 3 turnovers. So
no,
still, are the Saints done? No, I think they're still live in the division, but today was a tough task that they might have to still overcome.
Yeah, now 3-0, they have the tiebreaker and they're undefeated in the division, which is going to go far. In this division, who would have thought 5-6 is first place now? Like you said, it's still up for grabs, but this was one step in the right direction, I thought, for the Falcons. So big win at home. Love their all black uniforms, by the way. Let's go out to Cincinnati. Bengals lose at home to the Pittsburgh Steelers 16-10. First game without Matt Canada, and I thought it was pretty good. A couple plays out of the gate, I thought they were a little more explosive. Jaylen Warren, actually, I thought he would get more reps. Najee Harris had himself a fucking game. 15 carries, 99 yards. He had the touchdown in the red zone. Tight end Pat, he had himself a day. 9 catches, 120 yards. George Pickens, he had a couple nice catches as well, but for as bad as we like to rip on Kenny Pickett, I thought he played a pretty good game. He managed it well. He didn't turn the ball over, only took 2 sacks. And with that defense, they're going to keep him in every game. And 7-4 now. And I was looking at ahead their next 4 games. They play the Cardinals, the Patriots, the Colts, and they play the Bengals again. Call me crazy, E, but I think they could be sitting at 11-4, and I still don't know if this team is any good. Like it's that bad.
So the defense is pretty damn good, that's for sure. Good win for the Steelers. Am I surprised they won? Absolutely not. I think they got Drake Downing. The numbers are honestly inflated. They were 2 balls that should have been an interception that Jamar Chase just happened to come down with. So, I just feel like that defense, like I said, that defense is going to keep them in games week in, week out. It's just Kenny Pickett. Can he make the throws down the stretch? And, today he made that throw. We saw him hit Deontay Johnson, big game. We saw him hit George Pickens with that big game down the sideline. So, as long as he's able not to turn the ball over and just hit those throws when needed, this Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be in line to win football games, like you just alluded to. I agree with you, Till. I did not expect this team to be a 10, maybe even an 11-win team, and right now it's looking like they might win 11 games. So, give credit to Mike Tomlin and that defense. I got to give some credit to Kenny Pickett because he is winning those games still. But I think you even starting to come around towards my side. Yeah. He's not it.
Yeah, I think we've seen the ceiling for him. I think we've seen enough. And it's not like he doesn't have talent. He has some talent on that offense. He has a good run game. He has a good offensive line. And he has some weapons on the outside. So, I don't know. I think his decision making needs to be a little quicker. I think he kind of like Zach Wilson. It takes him too long to read the defense, and you don't have that time in the NFL.
And real quick, though, Bills took the lead. Philadelphia has the ball right now. They're up 34-31.
Kicked the field goal?
Yeah, they kicked the field goal. And then real quick, touch back on the Steelers. If I'm Pittsburgh Steelers, after I win, 11 games this season, make a playoff in the playoffs, possibly make a push, even with Kenny Pickett. Guess who I'm picking up the phone and giving a phone call to as soon as the season's over? Kirk Cousins.
Wow.
Because still, I think this team right now, the way he's set up, the way he's built, you got 2 good wide receivers, it's Deontay Johnson.
They could win.
And George Pickens. The defense right now with TJ Watt in the prime of his career, you got Fitzpatrick in the back end. You got 2 good running backs in rookie deals in Warren and Najee Harris. Still, you get Kirk Cousins for 2 years. I think you have a Super Bowl window for 2 years.
That's very interesting. Because I was just going to ask you, maybe they go and get a number 1 receiver. Not to be disrespectful to George Pickens, but
they don't need to, though. They don't need to. They had George Pick. We saw Stephon Diggs elevate Josh Allen to one of those quarterbacks. Let Kirk Cousins and George Pickens become teammates. I guarantee George Pickens is a top 10 wide
But
receiver.
now does Kirk Cousins take less to stay with Minnesota? Because you got Justin Jefferson. I know he's hurt right now, but still, I think you're taking Justin Jefferson over him.
Realistically, you're Kirk Cousins. You're back half of your career. You want a chance to win the Super Bowl. You want a shot at the Grand Tamale. Pittsburgh gives you a better option. Let's just be real. Right now, Pittsburgh defense is a top 5 defense. They have great weapons. Not the best weapons, but they're solid. And I feel like Kirk Cousins can elevate those weapons to the next level.
All right, Tennessee takes care of business at home. Carolina continues to lose. They're defeated on the road, 0-6 now. Bryce Young. There's not one play, where we're like for example, CJ Stroud. There are certain plays CJ Stroud makes, and we'll look at each other and be like, "Wow, that's why he was drafted so high." There's not one play Bryce Young makes that I'm like, "Wow, that he deserves to be the number 1 pick." I'm not even trying to be disrespectful, but he just looks awful. He looks lost out there, and it's just bad. 18 for 31. QBR was under 40. Like, he didn't do anything. They weren't able to run the ball. Chuba Hubbard had the nice red zone touchdown, but other than that, Jonathan Mingo, the rookie, he had a pretty good game, but they kind of Adam Thielen went on clamps the whole game. They took him away. 1 catch for 2 yards. He was frustrated. They got DJ Chalk back, but that didn't really help them at all. Give credit to Will Levis, though. Takes care of business at home. Regardless, he didn't get a touchdown. I mean, with Derrick Henry running the ball like he did, I think they'll be fine. But, yeah, big win for Tennessee at home.
Dale, great win. I don't know if you touched this game. I ended up staying away from it. I did lean Tennessee. It's just I just feel like with Bryce Young, Dale, give him some talent, give him some time. I just feel like it's kind of unfair to compare him to CJ Stroud. I understand, they're first and second, but we could both agree CJ Stroud has much better talent around him right now.
Yeah.
With the running game, wide receiver group, he got 4 or 5 wide receivers that are actually pretty good. Deal. We can all agree that Mingo's a couple ways away, and then Adam Thielen, he's solid, to be honest. He's been playing but much better than we anticipated him to play this season. But
he's on the back half of his career.
Exactly.
Too.
Those ain't the same weapons he got in Houston right now. So, I just feel like we got to give Bryce Young a little more time. And like you said, Will Levis, give him credit. Didn't throw any touchdowns, but didn't really turn the ball over. I think he played pretty well, made some good throws to D-Hop. So, just keep Will Levis, keep letting him start, though. I think that's definitely the move moving forward, though.
Yeah, they're not the best team, but their defense is good. Jeffrey Simmons is a beast on that line. They cause havoc. They do get pressure. It's just another offensive team that struggles, and thankfully D-Hop was able to get some catches as well. But let's go to Indianapolis. Colts get the win. I should have known. I didn't take anything. I won my bet with Josh Downs. He got over 3.5 receptions, 5 catches for 43 yards. Michael Pittman, what a fucking day. 10 catches, 107 yards. But Adam Vinatieri opened the game up, hitting the bell to start the game. Oh, the legend Adam Vinatieri. They weren't losing after he did that. So wish I would have known that. I would have laid the house on the Colts. But, yeah, big win for Gardner Minshew. He did have that 1 interception. And I thought for the most part, I thought Tampa's defense actually played pretty well, especially in the first half. The second half kind of got away from them, especially in the fourth quarter, but they try to have a comeback. But, yeah, no can do. Baker Mayfield, I thought he played all right. Besides that 1 pick, he got hurt at the goal line. Kyle Trask came in for just a play. But, yeah, I didn't think Tampa played all that bad. Todd Bowles actually went for it on 4th down. It was kind of crazy to see that. But, yeah, big win for the Colts, 6-5.
Still, I was surprised. I did think the Colts was on the right side, Dill, but the fact that Gardner Minshew was able to do it with his legs and the arm was impressive. Jonathan Taylor had himself a huge day. I like to give Baker Mayfield some credit. He fought back in the second half. He made it interesting where it could have easily been a blowout. Mike Evans had another huge day. He could have had a better day. He had 2 touchdowns. So, I just feel like we saw the best on this Buccaneers team, the first few weeks of the season, and they've just been regressing ever since. Baker Mayfield hasn't looked the same, even though the running game did have it going with Rashad Wright. It's just, I don't know, Dill. Baker, I don't think it was his fault. I think he had a pretty good game. It's just, for some reason, they can't get it together as of late. So give credit to the Colts. Gardner Minshew sneaking out another win. Hey, they're 6-5, Dill. And they're in your graphic. In the hunt.
In the hunt. I hate that. The best game of the 1 o'clock slate, I thought, Jacksonville and Texans. Jacksonville edges out the win on the road, 24-21. CJ Stroud, I thought, had a really good game, regardless of not getting the win. 26 for 36, over 300 yards again, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. I thought late the sacks kind of hurt them, but not being able to score in the first quarter, I thought hurt them as well. If they were able to just get 3, the missed field goal at the end, that hurt them as well. But
Jalen Hurts just ran it in. Eagles win.
Touchdown. Wow, Eagles win, touchdown. So, yeah, Eagles and Broncos, 2 hottest teams. But yeah, no, I thought Nico Collins again. Tank Dell had a pretty good game. Nico Collins, like you said, they have some talent on this team. John Mechie, we still haven't even mentioned him from Alabama. You got Dalton Schultz, you got Robert Woods, he's a vet. Tank Dell, Nico Collins, and don't forget Devin Singletary out of the backfield as well. He could catch some balls, but yeah, they definitely have talent. I don't think it was a bad loss. But they're still fighting. They're still in the hunt. But, yeah, give credit to the Jaguars. I thought Calvin Ridley had a really good game late, especially. Had that nice touchdown.
All second half.
Yeah, all second half. He had that nice touchdown and 2-point conversion in the back of the end zone. Christian Kirk had a couple nice catches as well. This team is dangerous. And quick nugget, 5-0 on the road. So they're proving that they could win on the road.
Still. I'm going to attack this as a football fan perspective. As a football fan, I'm excited for the next, hopefully 12, but I'm going to say 7 to 10 years. We're going to see this matchup twice a year and maybe one more extra time in the playoffs. Yeah. This today was just a QB battle, Dale. Yeah. Both guys came up and performed. Trevor Lawrence, over 360 passing yards. CJ Stroud, over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence threw that one interception, Dill, but he threw one, got another one with his legs. Dill, this was a great matchup, Dill, and I'm glad that we're going to see this for years to come. Texans are right there, Dill. They're a playoff team right now. They're right there at just, 6-5. Dill, this was basically, not for the division, but, the Texans would have definitely been in control, definitely won week 2. They would have won today, in control of the division, Dill. I just feel like Jacksonville right now, just at this moment, is a little better overall as a team. Yeah. Houston is coming along. They're just not there yet. And it's just exciting to see, Dill. From a fan perspective, I just know moving forward, this is going to be like Peyton and Brady. It's going to be anticipated for years to come.
Big Ben.
Peyton Big Ben, something like that, So I'm just excited that we're going to see these two battle it out for hopefully 10 years.
I agree, and I think they're fine right now, but I agree with the point that you made. Houston's 1 or 2 players away on defense. I think offensively they could hang around. They could score points. They have the offensive line is actually holding up really well. I know he got sacked late, but it's kind of hard when CJ's kind of moving around and he gets loose a little bit. He's trying to extend the play, and I get that. So I know there was 4 sacks, but the problem was they weren't able to get any pressure on Trevor Lawrence. No sacks. He wasn't really in danger, and it's not like Trevor Lawrence has a good offensive line. So Will Anderson kind of got not exposed, but he really didn't have that good of a game. He only had 2 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. I mean, you got to show up a little better. I think defensively they could improve, but offensively, this Texans team is, I think, a couple years ahead of schedule.
Yeah, still, before the season started, I'm pretty sure Moonoff was on. We was like, this team is 3 or 4 years away. Mm-hmm. This team right now is a year away.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to, be a championship contender, but definitely to make a playoff run, definitely to, live in the division. They're a year away.
Yeah, I mean, their win total was sitting at 6.5, and they're just 1 win away from going over it. So, Yeah, big win for the and they're tied for the 1 seed.
No, they are
No,
the 1 seed. Yeah, right. As of right now, because of
the Chiefs.
Baltimore. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Baltimore can take it, but as of right now,
Mhm.
Jacksonville is your number 1 seed. Miami was the number 1 seed for 2 days.
Yeah,
So
for 2 days. Let's go to the 4 o'clock slate. Broncos take care of business at home, 29-12. That is 5 in a row now for the Broncos, sitting at 6-5. Man, this is a great win against a good defense. And this defense has really turned it around. They're playing hard. One of their guys got suspended again for four games,
Mhm.
and they're just picking up the slack for their brothers. Russell Wilson didn't light it up on the defense, but he didn't turn the ball over. Only got sacked once, threw for 134 yards, and he only completed 9 passes. But he just did enough. The run game, Javonte Williams, he had 18 carries, 65 yards. Cortland Sutton had a couple nice catches as well, and they did just enough. And that catch on the sideline, that Truman, Truman, yeah, I think his name's Adam Truman. That catch on the sideline for a touchdown was just fucking beautiful. Beautiful ball by Russ, and beautiful getting that knee down. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this Bronco team?
That's what 5-6 in a row now for the Denver Broncos. Still, like I said last week, the Russell Wilson's not gonna light you up with the numbers. 1 touchdown, only 134 passing yards. He had that one bad fumble. Though he fumbled twice, one loss. Still, at the end of the day, Russ is winning these games. The defense is playing at a high level. I understand it's just against DTR and whatnot, but still, this is 5 straight weeks we've seen this. There's been a top 10 defense for 5 straight weeks, so it's definitely something is clicking on that side of the ball. And then Russ, I'm not gonna say he's cooking people, but he's won 5 straight games. You got to at least give him that. They've been running the ball much better as a team, plus 160 plus. So they have decent guys on the outside with Sutton, Jerry Judy deal that long as Russ has a clean pocket, they can make some plays. So I'm gonna say that this is like a Steelers deal. Their defense as of now is gonna keep them in games. It's just could Russ make the plays late and not turn the ball over. Denver Broncos definitely might be in the thick of things come playoff time.
And on the other side, with the Cleveland Browns, I just too many. They shot themselves in the foot too many times. Too many drops. I question Kevin Stefanski sometimes. Some games he scripts so perfectly, and then some games like today, he's just head scratchers. I don't understand what he was trying to be too cute with Elijah Moore. He winds up fumbling the ball, gives it right in territory for Russ. They wind up scoring a touchdown. The game is in reach. Why are you trying to be too cute? David Njoku, too many drops. Even Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper dropped one right in the end zone. So I don't know. They have everyone to blame. They have no one to blame but themselves for this game, because I didn't think DTR was all that bad, to be honest. He didn't turn the ball over. He didn't get sacked. He got fucking smoked on that one play towards the end. But other than that, I didn't think DTR played all that well. And, Adam Schefter just tweeted, not good news for the Browns. Another injury, and their best player, Myles Garrett, left arm is in a sling. He had trouble getting his shirt on before the sling and is in tremendous pain, apparently. So, not good on the Browns side. I mean, what do you got to say for the Brownies here?
Still, at the end of the day, I respect them just because they were able to tough out a couple wins this season. With backup quarterbacks. When Deshaun Watson was ruled out for the rest of the season, we knew what this team was capable of doing. Can their defense keep them in games? I really have no faith in DTR. Me personally, I like PJ Walker a little more. I don't know why they didn't go with him, but hey, that's the coaching staff decision. I just feel like with the Cleveland Browns now, they'll just throw in the towel. I understand they still got a winning record, but the quarterback play, especially if you lose Myles Garrett for the just let's just say for a couple of weeks, I think you just throw it in. Right now, the division is really too good. If you get some consistent quarterback play, maybe try to thug it out and make that 7th seed, make a playoff push still. But in reality, I think it's gonna be hard to overcome all these injuries.
Yeah, and especially with the quarterback play, because you're starting to see them kind of regress a little bit. You could see the difference in between even just PJ Walker and DTR.
Think about it, though. They're down their best 3 players.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb, Deshaun Watson, and now Myles Garrett.
Yeah, it's tough to overcome all those injuries. Rams big win on the road, man. They just smacked around the Cardinals today, 37-14. Breakout game for Kenyon Williams, man. 16 carries, 143 yards. What a day for him. Even Royce Freeman got involved, 13 carries, 77 yards. He got the touchdown as well. Matthew Stafford, holy shit, have yourself a day, man. 25 for 33, 229 yards, 4 tutties. 1 interception. He didn't get sacked. QBR of 121. He just played a fantastic game. He got Tutu Atwell involved as well. Tyler Higbee had 2 tutties. Great win for the Rams, kid.
Still, Matthew Stafford is definitely still slinging it. So give credit to Matthew Stafford. Basically 234 tutties. And like you said, Williams had himself a day. Over 140 on the ground. I think he had another like 60 over the passing game with 2 tutties. So they just basically went into Arizona and steamrolled them. Even with Kyler Murray back, this offense honestly can't find anything. He dropped back and passed 45 times. So coming back from an ACL injury, just second or third start. Don't have Kyler Murray drop back there 45 times after you're 2-10. You're 2 wins in the season. They'll just let him sit out for the rest of the season. Don't risk no further injury.
He was getting smacked too a little bit.
It was getting smacked, So I don't see it. It was good to see James Carter back in the lineup as well. It's just still, give credit to the Rams hanging up damn near 40 on them. Matt Stafford looks healthy now.
Yeah, and if you look on the thing, I just typed in Tankathon because I wanted to see the Jets are getting up there. We're sitting at 8. We're getting up there. We might get someone. You guys are now a game out. You guys are sitting at 3 because Arizona lost their 2-10. You guys are 2-9. But don't worry. Hopefully, with Kyler Murray back, hopefully they're able to win a game. But yeah, they're tanking right now. I agree. They shouldn't be dropping Kyler Murray back his second or third week back 45 times. Like that's just not a recipe for disaster, for success.
That's a fireable offense.
Yeah, in his first year. Hollywood Brown, outside of him, no one really had a good game, I thought. Trey McBride had an okay game, but Marquise Brown, 6 catches, 88 yards. This team is just hurting offensively, defensively, and they just got outmatched, and obviously the Rams have a lot more talent. They get the win 37-14. Chiefs, hey, they scored in the second half. They take care of the Raiders on the road 31-17. They are tied for the number 1 seed as well. Not just a couple points. They scored 17 points now in the second half. Did you like this nice bounce back? They won not convincingly, but they won comfortably, I'll say.
I'm gonna give it an impressive win just because they were down 14 points. So if you look at it, it was a 31-3 turnaround. Mm-hmm. They went on a 31-3 run. That was dominant. Travis Kelce finally woke up after like a two game bender where he didn't put up really. Rashid Rice had himself a game.
Yeah.
Isaiah Pacheco found himself back in the end zone. So overall, I think it was a great team win. Patrick Mahomes, after the first 2 drives, he was basically damn near perfect for the rest of the game. So
yeah,
it was just good seeing this Chiefs team offense settle in and settle down and, put up some points in the second half. Give credit to this Raiders team, Dill, to be honest. They started the game punching the Chiefs right in the mouth, going up 14-0. Josh Jacobs running the ball. Jacoby Myers with a few great catches as well. It's just, it just sucks that they don't have the ability offensively to keep up with the firepower with the Chiefs. But I think Antonio Pierce is doing a great job, as you can see in the first quarter, jumping out to that big lead. I just feel like, they're just a quarterback away. Give this Raiders team some credit. And if you teased them up like I did, they covered people.
Yeah, so, this is another team that I think is a few pieces away, which I didn't expect them to be. I do think Antonio Pierce is coaching himself into a head coaching job. I think they'll actually keep him in instead of getting that big hire. But we know how Vegas likes to get that nice big splash and just waste money. So I didn't think they played all that bad, to be honest. I think they have enough talent to beat like bad teams like our teams, or like the Giants, or even the Bengals. Like I think the Bengals are dead right now. So I think they have enough talent to beat teams. I like Josh Jacobs. I thought he had a really good game, 20 carries, 110 yards. And Aiden O'Connell, I thought he didn't play all that well. And this defense for the Chiefs, they only got 1 sack on Aiden O'Connell as well. So there are some holes in this defense, but Raiders talent winded up taking over, like you said, after coming out to that 14-point deficit. Patty Mahomes in that offense, they woke up. But now 4-1 on the road for the Chiefs. And then the game we were just talking about, Eagles take care of business against the Bills, 37-34 in overtime. Jalen Hurts gets the game-winning touchdown, 14 carries, 65 yards, 2 tutties. That's 8 straight games now in a row for Josh Allen throwing an interception. The Bills are dead. 6-6, 1-4 on the road. I mean, what is wrong with this team?
Dill, it's just Josh Allen. I'm not gonna give him too much of the blame, but so far for this season, he deserved most of the game. For the loss today, not so much. He had himself a pretty good day. To be honest, he kept them in the game. Dill, he did a lot with his legs and a lot with his arms. Dill, it was pouring rain. Josh Allen is an absolute gamer, giving his team position to win this game. They should have won the game. Brass missed 2 field goals during the game that should have, never even went into overtime. But give credit to this team, dude. I think they had great on the ground. Josh Allen, 81 yards. James Cook, 43. Murray, 30, added 30. You had over 170 as a team, though. You couldn't win this game. That's bad. Josh Allen, another bad interception. Gabriel Davis, over 100. Diggs, over 70. Cooks, over 50 receiving. Kincaid, didn't really show up, though. But offensively, the Bills did what they needed to do. This defense in the second half just blew it all away. Give credit for Jalen Hurts and this Eagles team, showing up in the second half after having a quieter first half, though. But this blame goes to the Buffalo Bills in that defensive side of the ball. And it just shows that truly the Eagles are the best team in the NFL, because this is 2 back-to-back weeks. Once on the road in Kansas City Chiefs last week, down 10 points, and now being down 10 points to the Bills at home in the pouring rain, and you're able to sniff those both those double digit deficits, and then come back and win those games. I think that's great. I think that's great for Nick Sirianni. Jalen Hurts, late game rushing touchdown. He did it with his arms as well. Devontae Smith, back-to-back 100 games. Yeah. We was talking about A.J. Brown last week. Last week, only 8 yards. This week, only 37 yards, and they find a way to win this game. No Dallas Goedert either, Dale. So Philly right now is just special. They win in these games, even being down by double digits. It was just special to see Jalen Hurts, one of the best quarterbacks in football. Nick Sirianni, one of the best coaches in football. And flat out, Eagles are the best team in football.
Yeah, 10-1 there. They have the number 1 seed right now. San Francisco and Detroit sitting at 8-3. And watch out for my Falcons, 5-6 at the 4 seed. No, but on a serious note, I think it's a tale of two halves. I think they played a really good first half, the Buffalo defense, and then the second half, I don't know what the fuck happened. And it was a shitty weather. You don't really want to blame the weather, but they played a really good first half, and they came out. Za'Darius, what a catch that kid made in the back of the end zone. Kind of reminded me of yesterday of Alabama when they beat Auburn. But what a catch that is. Jalen Hurts, like you said, he deserves to be the front runner of the MVP off of this game. I mean, he is unflappable. Like, this guy does not flinch. He has ice in his veins, and this is a guy you want to lead your team. Great offensive performance, I thought, from Devontae Smith. 7 catches, 160 yards. A.J. Brown was kind of quiet besides that touchdown. And DeAndre Swift, they got him going kind of late in the game. But, big game from him as well. And this is the most complete team. Now, on the other side, real quick, they fired Ken Dorsey a couple weeks ago, but the interceptions are continuing. I agree. I think the problem with the Buffalo Bills is Josh Allen. He is careless with the ball. 8 games in a row, he has an interception. He leads the league this year. He leads the league since coming into the league. They're not going to advance or get over that hump that we were talking about in preseason if he continues to do this. Like, what has to change?
Dill, it's kind of both sides, Dill, because one thing that I love about Josh Allen is the ability to him, take those risks, his big arm, and we can't just tell the kid to sit back and be like, yo, you gotta calm down a little bit, because that's what makes him great. That's what makes him special. It's like Brett Favre. If you tell Brett Favre, like I a couple pods ago, I compare him to Brett Favre. if you take his gunslinger mentality away, he's not going to be the same guy. So I just feel like he has to get coached a little, harder around the edges to slow him down and make him not force some throws, because it's always okay to force some, but not as many as he does, Dill. Like you said, 8 straight games with an interception. That's just flat out unacceptable, Dill. We saw Dak. Look at Dak. Dak last year led the NFL, tied the NFL with 15 last year. He toned it down. He toned it down by a mile.
He told us, hey, I'm not going to throw double-digit interceptions this year, and look at him.
And be honest, Josh Allen is better than Dak Prescott. So if Dak Prescott is able to do it, Josh Allen, I'll be damned if you can't. Come on now.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. I don't know what's going on, but I said it a few weeks ago when Ken Dorsey got fired. I said, it's unfortunate he got fired, and I think it was the correct move, but I don't think he's the only one that needs to go. I think Sean McDermott's getting fired too. He's next.
He's next. Think about it. Real quick, Dill, not to look too far ahead, but 6th seed. Well, 5th seed. Let's do 5th seed down because the top 4 are division winners. 5th seed, Pittsburgh Steelers, 7-4. Cleveland Browns, I'm iffy about as of right now because the quarterback play, 7-4 at number 6. Indy at number 7, 6-5. Houston at number 8, 6-5. Denver at number 9, 6-5. Now Buffalo at 6-6. You got to overcome 3 of these teams still. But Browns, I might see fall, but at the end of the day, 7-4. They're up 2 in the loss column on you guys. Denver, they're one of the hottest teams in the NFL. CJ Stroud, he's played at a higher level than Josh Allen right now. And for some reason, Gardner Minshew and the Indianapolis Colts, they keep winning games, people. Yeah. They're the number 7 seed.
Yeah, they're going right under the radar. No one's really talking about them, but I bet you that's how this team wants to be talked about right now.
We're worried about the Denver Broncos, the CJ Stroud. He's doing everything we never seen before. Indianapolis is like, yeah, we're in the playoffs. We
just went right under 6-5. Yeah. But yeah, no, man, I agree. I think the Bills, they're done. I think they're broken. Just too many gut-wrenching losses on this team. And like you said, this AFC is a juggernaut. Like we mentioned, like some of these teams that we thought are going to be 2-3 years away, they're ahead of schedule. I think the young Bucks are coming into this league prepared. And to be honest, besides maybe obviously the backup situation in Cleveland, all those other teams, those quarterbacks are playing better than Josh Allen right now.
Well, not Kenny Pickett, but
he's not turning the ball over like him.
And then Gardner Minshew is,
and all of those defenses are better than the Buffalo's defense. I mean, our defenses are better. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and then Jonathan Taylor, he's one of the best running backs in football. Yeah, he is. So you can rely on him.
Yeah, this Bills team is broken, kid. It's very.
I'm not going to count them out yet, Dill, because we saw them play at a high level.
Have to see though, kid.
Dill, they went toe to toe. They went toe to toe with the best team in football.
We beat them. What do you say about us? Like, you know what I mean?
You beat the best team in football, but y'all still
ass. They're ass. We beat them.
Yeah, but they're 6-6. They got a shot. They got a shot.
If we had Josh Allen, man. Ooh,
look at that.
Two more
You'll
wins.
still have 8 interceptions, but
kid. All right, let's get into before we get into Monday night. Like we were saying, we came off the hot day. I went 5-1, one pending with the Ravens first half -1.5, but 5 and day. The only thing I get wrong, we went head to head. I took Houston, but Pittsburgh -1.5 outright. Atlanta dog of the day. Josh Downs over 3.5 receptions. Wan'Dale Robinson Jr. under his longest reception, and Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. 5-1 on the day, kid.
Still, your boy went 7-2 on the day, so great week so far. Two-way teaser with the Raiders and Miami Dolphins that hit. Jacksonville money line. Cincinnati Pittsburgh under 35.5. Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. He was good for 2 of them bad boys. I missed on the Saints money line. Atlanta took care of business at home. I hit Alvin Kamara over 37.5 receiving yards. Patriots, Giants under by a mile. Knew that was going to happen. Hit Denver on the money line. And then Cooper Kupp, man, he ended up hurting his ankle one of the first plays of the game. He couldn't find himself to go over. But if Cooper Kupp would have went over, though, it would have been a special day. But 7-2, I'll take that.
Overall, 12-3 on the day for everyone. Hey, it pays to listen, kid. Have ourselves a week. Before we get into Monday Night Football, quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebrations, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing a round of golf with the boys or an elderberry on Monday Night Football, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. Monday Night Football, we will head out to Minnesota, the great state of Minnesota. They will be hosting the Chicago Bears. Minnesota laying 3 at home, -162 on the money line. Buyback for the Bears, +136. Over under is at 43.5. So the side opened up 3.5 on the Viking side. It has come down to -3, and from everything I've gathered, 74% of the picks are on Minnesota, but sportsbooks are saying 57% of the tickets and total money wage are on taking the points with the Bears. Do you see the Bears keeping this one close?
Still, this offense definitely is better with Justin Fields in it. DJ Moore is always a threat. The running game has been a little better as of late, Dill. And let's just be real. With Justin Fields in that offense, I give him a shot. I do think Minnesota is the right side in this scenario, Dill. But to be honest, I agree. I can see why people are sprinkling money on Chicago.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, like you said, Justin Fields with that offense are definitely more electric. I think their offense, you could see they have a lot more rhythm with Justin Fields on it, especially with Khalil Herbert as well. DJ Moore, he winds up going ghost whenever Justin Fields is not in the game, but whenever Justin Fields, he always finds his #1 receiver, which you love to see. But yeah, no play on the side. I'd stay away. The public is on the Vikings. The Sharps, they took the points. I think that's very telling, to be honest. So I kind of stayed away. Do you have any play on the side, official play?
Yeah, Dale, give me the Minnesota Vikings -3, Dale. I just feel like the Vikings, they've been cooking. Their defense has been a top 10 defense the last 4 to 5 weeks, just like Denver has. Brian Flores got that defense going. As of right now, Justin Jefferson is a game-time decision. To be honest, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I like the way Powell's been playing. Addison, Hawkinson has been a beast. The running game has been impressive with Madison, Akers. I think Akers got hurt though, so I will see what's gonna go on there. But still, to be honest, I think Minnesota's been playing at a pretty good level. Remember, they lost a tough one last week in Denver. I think they come back at home and they bounce back.
All right. Now looking at the total. Oh, by the way, 3-0 Chargers. They take an early lead, 39-yard field goal from Cameron Decker. Now Lamar and the Ravens will get the ball. Yeah, for me, let's go to the total now real quick. It opened up around 45.5. It's gotten as low as 42.5. Money throughout the week has come in on the over. Now it's sitting around 43.5. I do see some 44s as well. I think it's trending towards a 44. So totals going back and forth. How do you see this game going from a total perspective?
Still, to be honest, I think it goes under. I feel like Brian Flores is gonna find a way to slow down Justin Fields just a tad, and I feel like Chicago's defense has enough just to possibly slow down Dobbs as well. We seen Dobbs join this team a couple of weeks ago, and it's just been pure electric, Dill. So I just feel like I'll lean under just because I don't expect Justin Fields to have himself a great day, and I don't see Joshua Dobbs lighting it up in the passing game as well. So I'll lean under maybe like a 20-17 game, I say 13-20 Vikings.
Yeah, and if you are like Elvis and you do lean under, make sure you get a 44 instead of a 43.5. And we talk about it all the time. Primetime unders have been cash cows this season. So I do think you are going to be on the right side. I would lean under as well. It's crazy. 64% of the picks are on the over, but sharps like yourself, 52% of the ticket count are on the under. 78% of the money is on the under as well. So it's very interesting though, because Bears 7-4 towards the over this season. 6-1 towards the over when Fields is on. Going back to what we were saying, how this offense is a little more explosive when Fields is under center. So I think he's a very dynamic quarterback. He's a dual threat. He obviously could run the ball. He could throw it as well. Minnesota, they're just 3-8 towards the over this year. But as Dobbs as quarterback, they are 2-1 towards the over. So I agree. I think the Vikings defense, they have stepped up in this kind of like second half of the schedule. They sit number 4 in EPA allowed per play since week 7. So like you said, Brian Flores has gotten the defense playing really well. And NFC North rival matchups, they played under the closing number 45 in this week 6 matchup. So back in week six when these two teams played, the game went under as well. So I agree. I think the under is the right side if you are looking towards the under. So let's go to the player props. You got Josh Dobbs, like you said, Justin Fields, maybe DJ Moore. Maybe you want to look towards the defensive side, like how I do sometimes. But any player props you're leaning towards?
I'm almost to the window. Check my action tomorrow. I like Joshua Dobbs anytime touchdown, though. We saw him 2 straight games since being a Viking, pounded in there, from the quarterback position, though, and he's explosive with his legs, and he's tougher to get down than you expected it to be, though. He's a big guy. He's about like 215, 220, though. I think he gets in the red zone, so I'll probably go that way tomorrow at plus 190. Joshua Dobbs anytime touchdown.
Let's stay with Joshua Dobbs because that is my player prop. Over 21.5 pass completions, minus 125. We know Dobbs has plenty of weapons to exceed this 21 mark, and the Chicago's pass defense is 27th in the league. They are not good. They're good stopping the run. They just can't stop the pass, and I think the game script kind of for Minnesota should be to rush the ball, but, I just don't think that's going to happen with this defense ahead of them, so I think he's actually going to throw the ball a lot more, and, I think that Dobbs could take advantage of this. He's completed 20 plus passes in each of his 3 appearances with Minnesota, and before that, when he was with Arizona, he went over this number twice, so overall, this year's gone over this number 63% of the time. So I'll take 63% most of the time. So I just think this is a good matchup for this offense. We may get Justin Jefferson's a game time decision. If he dresses, I think that just helps our chance. But Bears rush defense, like I said, is tough. Dobbs, I think he might see a little spike in his attempts, and I think he gets over 30.5 pass completion. So that's going to be my favorite play. That's my only official play. Going to go light. We had a good Sunday. Not going to, load the clip up and just fire away with all these plays. And I really don't like the game all that much. I think the side is very accurate. I think the total is very sharp as well. So going to try to take advantage of what I can. And I like Josh Dobbs over 21.5 pass completions. Anything else or you wanted to touch on this Monday night game before we head to the association, kid?
No, that's it. Hopefully it's an exciting game, Dill. Hopefully it ain't a stinker. But AFC North matchups, you never know.
You never know, but hopefully primetime game, hopefully they show out and we get a good game in Minnesota. Like I said, short slate on the NBA, only 5 games. Wasn't crazy about any of them, but I'll let you take it away. Any plays for tomorrow?
Still, we got 3 plays that started off 7:00 in Detroit. Washington Wizards.
They're bad, by the way. I'm sorry. They're just a bad team.
Both of them as a bad team. Shout out Coach Monty, though. It just sucks that he got to go through it, but he got paid. So, still, both 2 and 4. Over on the sitting at 234. Wizards +4 on the road. Still, give me the Washington Wizards +4 on the road. I just feel like either team, they're both bad teams. I just feel like Wizards have a little better playmakers slash playmaking ability, and they'll possibly sneak it out, if not lose a close one. Give me the Washington Wizards plus 3.5, plus 4, whatever, shop around. Still, marquee matchup of tomorrow night. Small percentage chance I go to this game. It all depends how the schedule looks. If we could find the train that takes us pretty close, because I know I-95 is a zoo after 5 o'clock. We're not going to make it. But small chance still. Los Angeles Lakers taking on the 76ers. As of right now, Lakers are plus 5 on the road. Over under sitting at 231.5. Still, give me the Los Angeles Lakers plus 5 on the road. I saw them just yesterday take care of business in Cleveland. Still, I expect the Lakers to take care of business in Philadelphia as well. I might sprinkle a little something on the money line, but right now, defensively and offensively, this Lakers team is playing pretty well. And for some reason, I feel like Philly's starting to regress a little bit. Remember, they started 7-8-0. Right now, regressing just a little bit. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be a great matchup. In my last game of the night, New Orleans Pelicans taking on the Utah Jazz. Over under sitting at 229. Give me the New Orleans Pelicans minus 3.5 on the road. Right now, the Pelicans are just playing a little better. Utah's been a disappointment. I expected the young guns and Jordan Clarkson to be playing a little better right now than they are. 5-11. Utah's just a little underachieving right now. Give me the Pelicans on the road.
I love it, E. Yeah, I do worry about Lakers on the road, but they are playing a little better. And I don't know why a lot of people have been hating on AD. I know he hasn't been blowing up the stat sheet, but
he's the second highest paid player in the NBA.
Yeah, I just think people need to hop off his schmeat a little bit, if I'm being honest. I think he's impacting the game more than people actually think. But
no, I agree with you, but I'm just telling you why.
Of course, I get it. It's just like how I'm hard on Bryce Young. He was the number 1 overall pick.
Exactly. If you're getting top 3 money, you should be a top 3 player. That's all.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let's go to the college ranks. Only 22 games, but really nothing I love, to be honest. I have one play, late night special, Fresno State, UC Santa Barbara. I think the line's actually wrong. I think UC Santa Barbara, I think these teams are kind of even, but I would give the edge to UC Santa Barbara. I think offensively, they have a lot more playmakers than Fresno State. They're plus 2.5. I honestly thought it'd be a pick 'em. So you can take the plus 2.5. I'll probably even sprinkle a little on the money line. I think UC Santa Barbara is actually the much better team. So only one play for me. If I do add any, it will be on my action app for tomorrow. But E, any final words before we get up out of here, kid? Good episode.
Dill, we had ourselves a great week. Hopefully we could follow it up next week and moving forward, not just for us personally, but for the people. We do this for you guys. Yes. Free money. That's what we give out this week. Free money. So hopefully our listeners had a successful week, because we definitely did.
100%. Hey, and all we ask for, subscribe, give a review. That really helps us. So that's all we ask for. We'll continue to give out some winners. But Elvis, that's going to do it for this Sunday edition of The Dream Wager. On behalf of our sponsor, Viva Tequila, Elvis, myself, we'll see you guys in a few days. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. We'll recap Sunday Night Football. We'll recap Monday Night Football, and we'll give you our best bets for Thursday Night Football. So follow along our social media, X and Instagram at The Dream Wager. You guys can find all of our episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. If you haven't already, like we said, just subscribe, rate, review, leave a comment. Who do you think might win the game? All that good stuff really helps the show grow tremendously. So be a friend, tell a friend. Everyone have a great few days. Good luck on your wagers. Be safe, be well. We'll see you guys down the road. Peace.